Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We review anything and everything. Today I just wanted to give a little update on a past build that I was doing in regards to my Wayne Manor. I used the Bed and Breakfast Friends Lego set, and just a little update on it took me a while to kind of get back to. I had mentioned in that previous video that I wanted to do something with the little desk that they had on the side for the check-in, which had the book for the check-in for those who are familiar with the set. And so I just kind of wanted to update you guys on finally me getting a chance to kind of like do a little something on that because I really haven't had the time to. But then I kind of had a chance to sit down right now, do a little something. I just want to kind of post that. So obviously, those, if you look at the past video or those who are familiar with the set, this is normally the sign-in desk. What I did, because I wanted to use this area in the front here, well, I mean the side here from this back angle, but this on the lower ground floor as a kitchen area or something like a kitchen area. And I know it's not a whole lot of room to work with, and I usually like to try to use the parts that we already have included. And this was already a nice build that they had for a front desk. The setup before was you had this green piece was essentially facing like that way, and that would be the sign in. This would be the front of the desk that you came to, and this obviously that piece here that's coming downwards was on this side here. What I did was turn it to face it forward. And the reason why I did that is because I knew that I wanted to push it back against the wall in the background. And that would, I'd have to have this, the angled part coming forward as opposed to it going backwards like it did before, because then you need to have someone get back there similar to a front desk at a hotel or something like that. And I didn't want to do that. I'd rather have more of a counter look. So by facing the L-shaped angle towards us, it gives it more of like a counter, a L counter that you would come to. So then I took some of the pieces that came with it. I took the croissant off of that way, I threw in later. But the croissant was on this little table here. I formed a little plant with a little kind of mini pot that all came with it. So that was just extra pieces. Like I said, everything on here is extra pieces except for this little table I made here, the black bricks, and then the top are pieces that didn't come with the set, nor did they come from the extras. The little plant on top came from the extras that come with the set, and the phone was already on the desk before, so I threw it there because I just wanted a little extra desk to put on the side, and I'll show you how all that works and fits. So here, I wanted to keep that same styling, so I didn't want to break apart the way this counter looked because I think it looks really nice. It has this old school style to it, and I think it works nice in my Wayne Manor setup because this is essentially trying to keep that castle aesthetics that it comes with. Granted, some of the colors are bright and this and that. Keep that same aesthetic because I like that kind of old aesthetic aspect of it. And I think this is the closest set that we'll have to a, just out of the box, build it up, and it suits like a Wayne Manor kind of style because his mansion was always like a castle like, very old school like. You look at like the Tim Burton, movie and whatnot. So this is the fastest way without you doing a custom build. What I did is they didn't really have a sink piece as far as the base of the sink, similar to in the bathroom area on this same set. You have that. I don't even gonna bother to go into showing it right here, but you get what I'm saying. So I just used that flat piece here, and it sufficed to give that kind of feeling of like the sink tub. And that's the handle. There was already a cup on this table. I just left it there because it fits, being that this is now the kitchen setup. These were pieces that came with the set as well. And I tried to use it to make a stove kind of thing, or like the hot area you would put, if you had pans to put them on. Now, with the extra pieces that came with the set, there weren't a lot of options that gave a good option for this, but that was the best I can come up with it without introducing new pieces, and I didn't want to introduce new pieces. So that was what I was able to kind of do with that. And so this piece right here slides just right into this back area without a problem. And the only thing I had to do was, you see that little space where you had the carpet, I had to remove the little circular piece where you see that little space. And then in addition to that, normally you had like a flat 1x4 bar that came across at this point, and then you would have this thing laid right there, and there was a space between this and that side of the carpet touch this. So you would have the carpet was behind the table, and the table kind of essentially went something like that, coming across. What I did was that space gap, I moved the rest of the carpet over here, got rid of that 1x4 tile. It was a brown tile that kind of separated it, that went in front of the desk, and then got rid of that one space so I could fit the piece of the L shape here. And I'll demonstrate to you now how that works. So what's great about this is what you see here with this desk here didn't require this counter, this new countertop, rather than being a desk. Before it was like you could say it was a desk or the front counter. Now it's more of a kitchen counter. And it didn't require any additional pieces from anywhere else. All these pieces come inside the set. And like I said, that part was really cool because anyone could do it and it looks really nice. Try to get it pressed inside there, but it definitely fits. So here you go. And you can see that looks nice. Just, sitting there in the background. There's very little space between, that's my Bruce Wayne, very little space between, I know it's not easy to see, but there's very little space between the back of this kitchen counter and where the windows, there's like an angled one stud, but because the windows come inwards, you wouldn't be able to utilize that space anyway. So you're not losing out on anything necessarily. So it's as far back as it can go. You can see it looks nice there. It just looks like a regular kitchen counter table, an angled L-shaped kitchen counter table, where you got the sink in the front. The front now, like those decorative panels with the yellow squares, almost look like they could be cabinets underneath the sink that you would open up. Um, like I said, the stove part doesn't have the greatest stove vibe. You could go and put customized pieces in there, not customized pieces, but pieces that are outside of the set if you want. But yeah, so that's how that works, how that looks. And essentially, wish I had something that I could lean it up on a little higher. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm just gonna use this box for the stand that I used for my Millennium Falcon, which is in the background right over there. Just to prop it up a little bit. So the so you have that big space there with where the carpet ends, and you don't need to have anything else there. You really don't. You could just, I got Alfred here, and you could just throw him inside there if I wanted to, and it would be fine. But I just wanted to kind of fill that space up with a little bit extra because the carpet ends. So I built this, and like I said, the only pieces of this that came with the set is the plant and the cell phone. Those other things I put separately, but those are such basic pieces. A lot of times, if I add something to it, I try to use the very basic pieces that everyone has. Everyone has just 1x2 bricks. Whatever color you might choose is what you choose. I got black because I use them. I have a whole bunch of them that I use to build my like New York City display. Older video, you can search that for that. But I have a bunch of those, so that's kind of the standard extra piece I have. And then this piece I happen to have also. But if you have any kind of 2x2 piece, just use as the top, and I just put it there just like that. And so now it has this kind of little counter. In hindsight, I wish I didn't put those stickers on the back there. I tried to avoid stickers by the time I put those, thinking they wouldn't look that bad. But they're keys. I mean, I could say that they go to something. Maybe they go to the car. Um, but who knows? And I'm definitely giving my Bruce Wayne a couple of cars. A couple of Speed Champions are going to be his cars. But essentially, um, yeah, it looks nice. Little counter there. In terms of the spacing, it looks good. I know the color probably could be better, maybe down the line if I have better matching color bricks. But I'm going to throw Alfred, get him to stand up. Now, the only problem is I don't have anything here for him to, like, no studs to stand on. So when I put him down, there's nothing for him to hold him there. So if he's just on a flat surface, it's fine. Don't mind the fact that his cane is kind of getting in the way. But here you could see him standing in the kitchen. And it looks nice. I kept that little lamp on the side because I like that. I know it makes it a little bit cramped, but nonetheless, you have that. And that was the change I made for this. So a little update. I wanted to complete that. So now, in general, the build feels mostly complete. If I want to make any add-ons beyond that, I can, but at least it's complete in the sense like you don't have a like hotel counter, bed and breakfast counter when you walk in for people to go, okay, like do I check in? No. Now it's like a little kitchen area and it makes sense. And that's where, someone will go if they want to use the sink, get a croissant. Yes, I wasn't able to squeeze a refrigerator in there. It's a tight space. Maybe a person could put that here if they wanted to, if they had a one of those kind of refrigerator pieces that they took from maybe another set, or you build one up yourself, brick build. But you could do that. You could put like a refrigerator here, and then that would complete it even more so as a kitchen. I just did a little shelf. Um, so maybe down the line, but at least that main shelf, and that's what I really love, that main counter before, which was the bed and breakfast counter, can now be used as your kitchen counter, which I think is just great because it works with the set, it comes with the set, looks good with it, and it's not something that you have to go get extra pieces to have. So anyway, you guys, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys